Our examples have illustrated some of the capabilities and limitation of NAT routing. The biggest limitation is that if you set up a machine on the local network that runs a service at a well-known port, that machine probably cannot be seen from the outside. That's both good in that it provides a certain amount of security, but also potentially bad if you meant for the rest of the world to see that service. So it requires manual configuration, and if you have multiple servers on the local network for the same service, so all using the same port number, then from the outside, there's only one address from the outside, so outside clients will need to connect to different port numbers instead of the well-known one, at least for some of those servers. Meanwhile, the automatic assignment of port numbers from externally to internal machines and port numbers, that is assuming that the router is first seeing a connection from the inside going out, and not some first connection from the outside going in. This can be an issue for some protocols where a server looks at the address that it receives, but then tries to reply back to some variation of the port number that was given, like some games used to use one port number for one direction of communication and the port number +1 for the other direction. And that doesn't work out with this system. And that's why NATs can interfere with some software, and why we have to be aware of them as programmers. More abstractly, an issue with NATs is that they mix the transport and network layers. A NAT is a router that's living at the network layer and supposed to only pay attention to IP, destination, and source addresses, but a NAT router is specifically looking at the transport layer to get the port number and do something special with the packets. So from the purist perspective, it's not very good. And the purists here have a point. When you mix up different layers, then you mix up the assumptions that your abstractions might provide otherwise. And the fact that NAT routers interfere with some software is an illustration of that.